What's up, YouTube box communities? Boy, Mr. Universal Sports, coming with my second video of the day. About to do that post-fight thoughts on that Manny Pacquiao versus Brandon Rios. And I just want to say the whole card as a whole was a disappointment, but the Pacquiao-Rios fight was okay. And let's get to the breakdown. First, I'm going to talk about what I liked about Manny Pacquiao, what he did with Brandon Rios. And obviously, the major storyline was before I get into that, the major storyline was if Manny Pacquiao were to lose to Brandon Rios, his career was basically done. So it was do or die for Manny Pacquiao, and the fact that Rios is a younger guy, the fact that if he lost one more time, coming off of two straight losses, he had to win this fight, and that's what he did. Obviously, I'm not knocking Brandon Rios, but obviously Bob Arum and Team Pacquiao picked a winnable opponent where Pacquiao could look good. You could look at vintage Pacquiao, and that's what they did. You can't blame him for that because Pacquiao needed the confidence booster, especially coming off of two losses. Here we go. Here's what I liked about Pacquiao would get in the fight. He used his speed and kept his distance from Brandon Rios. He just didn't stand there all day and just try to trade with the guy. He was in and out, used his speed, pop shot him all day. Obviously, he was throwing combinations. When he's throwing combinations, he will land the straight left hand and throw a straight right jab. Also, when he did that, he was landing the straight left. He was hitting Brandon Rios with the straight left hand all night long. And also, we know that Manny Pacquiao is a great ambush fighter. And as you know, the newer people that don't know what an ambush style is when you dart in and out. Manny Pacquiao dart in, throw 1, 2, 3, 4 punch combinations, quick combinations of Brandon Rios before he can even react. And the last thing I liked about Pacquiao, he utilized his right hand, which is the left hook. He was landing it all night long. And obviously, the one thing I didn't like about Pacquiao was he was getting caught at times, and I still believe that a slick boxer would give him trouble, a la Floyd Mayweather, a la Timothy Bradley, and a la Juan Manuel Marquez. A fighter with a defensive style that can counter him, follow him after the ambush, will beat Manny Pacquiao still. And here's what I liked about Brandon Rios. I'm going to do a breakdown for Brandon Rios. He tried to come in. He really tried. He showed a good chin. He tried to come in and land his power shots. You know how when you watch Brandon Rios fight, he always comes forward a la a smaller version of Antonio Margarito. He tried to come forward, but every time he would come forward, Manny Pacquiao step back, hit up 1, 2, 3, and step back again. Rios tried to bully him in the ropes and towards the third round, towards the second, third round, but it wasn't enough. He just didn't have the speed for Pacquiao. And another thing he did too, when they were in clinches with his available hand, Brandon Rios did try to punch him in the body try to slow Pacquiao down, because body shots do slow you down after a while. Try to slow Manny Pacquiao down with body shots. But here's what I didn't like about Brandon Rios, and I'm about to get into other topics also. Sorry about that, folks. It's my YouTube page. It's the iPhone. He tried to box Manny Pacquiao in the beginning of the fight. And you can't stand there in the middle of the ring and let Manny Pacquiao get 1, 2, 3, 4 shots off, and you just fire one shot. That's what Joshua Clottey did when they fought in March 13, 2010. Also, he wasn't throwing enough punches. Not throwing one punch is not going to get it done. With Pacquiao, one thing we all learned, you got to punch with them. All of them after the ambush. You make Manny Pacquiao miss with the left, and you counter with the straight right hand over the top. That's what Marquez does. That's what Floyd Mayweather does. And he didn't do that. But you got to be honest, folks. With Brandon Rios, he didn't have the skill set to do that. Third, he was not fast enough. Obviously, you don't have to be faster than Manny Pacquiao to beat him. Juan Manuel Marquez proved that. But you got to time him. When you time him, you got to time Manny Pacquiao coming in. You got to be able to, with Pacquiao, basically he does the same thing. He feints with the right jab. He feints to the body with the right jab and lands the left hook over the top. Or lands the straight left over the top. You make him, you don't fall for the feint with the right hand, and you just you go in all balls out with the right hand over the top. But Brandon Rios wasn't able to do that because he wasn't able to time him. It seemed like he was always 2 steps slower than Manny Pacquiao throughout the whole fight. Obviously, he was cut in the sixth. The cuts started happening in the 6th round. He got cut over his left eye, and afterwards he was cut over his right eye at the end of the fight. And I scored this fight, by the way, 120 to 108. I gave him a perfect score, Manny Pacquiao. And also, what I know is the one major thing that you don't do with Manny Pacquiao, or if any fighter for that matter, when you gotta give a fighter angles. You don't come in and come straight out in a straight line, because if you miss that shot and you come in with a straight line, that gives you a chance to be countered. You always leave your hands up and you always leave in an angle, so that way that leaves that other person that's trying to hit you when after you miss a chance, and you can counter that person's shot. Well, favorite part of the video, after Pacquiao won, Pacquiao looked great. He looked like vintage Pacquiao. They picked the perfect opponent from. Now what's next for him? But first, let's talk about Brandon Rios. What's next for Brandon Rios? Obviously, if they want to, since Mike Alvarado lost, they can do Mike Alvarado, Brandon Rios Part 3. And make it a good trilogy, because the first 2 fights were pretty good. The first one was a classic, but the second one's pretty good. Or they can, since Brandon Rios is going to stay at 147, they can put him against Ruslan Provocanev. That would be a pretty entertaining fight. So Brandon Rios still has options. He's 26, 27. He's young. His career's not over. He still has options. I just still want to see some improvement, but I don't know if a new trainer would teach him some defense, or how to roll punches, or how to just how to teach him some better overall boxing technique. I think he is what he is. Now for Manny Pacquiao, I know everybody's going to sing this. Please don't say this, everybody. Everybody's going to say, now that Pacquiao won, he should fight Floyd Mayweather. He has unfinished business. Now, he should stay the heck away from Manuel Marquez. They fought enough times. This is my personal opinion. And I'm going to go on the record on saying this, and this is going to pay me. Would I still like to see a Floyd Mayweather Manny Pacquiao fight? Yes. And I did after this is long thoughts, debating with friends, debating with coworkers, but it doesn't have the same luster. But it kind of has that Roy Jones Bernard Hopkins feel, the rematch that happened too late, or the fight that happened too late. Roy Jones. This is the same feeling, but what I still want to watch the fight, kind of, sort of. Probably go to the movie theater to watch it. But anyway, the one I think Manny Pacquiao beat Timothy Bradley 8 rounds to 4. I'll go on record and say that. You can check my YouTube page. You can check my past videos. I'll go on record saying that. I really think Manny Pacquiao shall fight Timothy Bradley again. That's the fight I want to see. I heard he's fighting again April 12th. So if not Mayweather, Bradley, if he can't get Bradley in the ring, maybe he can fight Ruslan Provocanev. He's on the Pacquiao shot. Anyway, comment, rate, subscribe. It's your boy Universal Sports, and I'm out. Peace. You have a nice day.